As many of you have heard, something shifted for me, and I discovered something very pivotal in my life. And that I could describe that discovery as I realized that I was fundamentally okay, as in safe, as in nothing was actually going to be able to harm me. And even though that was a pivotal transformation in my life, you might think that instantaneously that would have revealed to me that I didn't need anything from the outside in order to complete me. But actually, surprisingly, it didn't work that way. It went on for a number of years as this was unraveling. It took for me discovering what I'm going to share with you in just a moment before I was actually able to start to clean that up. You see, for a number of years after that moment, I was still thinking that I needed to please other people in order to be okay. I still thought that if other people weren't happy, I wasn't safe. I still thought that I needed more money in order to be safe and okay. I still thought that I needed to achieve better health before I could be okay. And as a result, many of the things that I was trying to get were just going further and further out of reach. I bet you can relate to that in your life. The more you chase, the more out of reach they seem to be. Well, finally, blessedly, it started to dawn on me, and I realized that I hadn't really connected the dots. I hadn't put two and two together. And when I did, I realized that this okayness that I had discovered it ran so much deeper and so much more throughout everything in my life than I had previously realized. And I started to realize the mistake that I had been making, that I had been looking outside of myself to be complete, and that I had been failing to acknowledge that I'm already complete and whole within, that I don't actually need something outside of myself. And when I made that discovery, then things really started to shift. My relationships became much more wholesome, much more at ease. My relationship with my wife transformed for the better. My relationship with my children transformed for the better. My relationship with my parents transformed for the better. My relationship with everybody transformed for the better. My relationship with money transformed for the better. And my relationship with health transformed for the better. Everything started to become much more relaxed. I experienced much more ease in everything. And this was not just something that happened to me, but it was something that happened through me. It was a realization and it was something that I was putting into practice. And that's something that I'm going to share with you now so that you can also get these benefits without having to suffer in the exact same ways that I did, or at least not any longer. Now, if I was to put into a single phrase what the answer, what the revelation was, I would say this: it is self-love. And that's the truth of the matter. It really is truly self-love. But the problem is that if I had heard that answer years ago, I wouldn't have known how to make sense of it because I thought that love was something I had to do. I thought if you told me, Joey, the answer is self-love, I would say, well, I don't know how to do that. Or I'm just not the sort of person who's capable of that. And so I wouldn't have been able to make use of it. But the real discovery here is that self-love is actually not something that you do, but it's something that you are. It's already here at the core of you. And to discover the truth of self-love is to allow that to shine forth.